Happy New Year. This is Richard Weil, the principal and owner of National Restaurant Consultants. And again, Happy New Year. It's Wednesday, the 5th of January. And welcome again to the NRC Helpful Moment number 151. And as usual, and as always, we have our wonderful co-branding marketing partner, Mr. Brian Devine from Top Line Management and Cafe Fuel. So, Brian, Happy New Year to you.
Thank you, sir. Happy to you as well. Very exciting times.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So our guest today, with popular demand,
That's
I
right.
should say, is the ever popular himself and a legend in his own mind, Ed Manley. But he really is a legend, not just in his own mind, but in the industry as well. Ed Manley has dedicated his entire really life and career to helping people and helping others. From his time as a naval officer to his time as a hospital food service director, and now for the past 35, 40 years within the food service and hospitality industry within International Food Service Executive Association, and now his own company with Food Service Institute. And today's topic is going to be about what people should be doing now to continue their education, their resources, their networking, and their marketability as a person, as well as within the industry. So Ed, welcome. We're glad you're here. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. So I'm going to give you, even though it's past New Year's, I'm going to give you the past Christmas, one more gift, the gift that keeps giving. Instead of buying your kid a version 13 or whatever we're up to phone, get them a certification because they're going to make more money and they'll be able to put you in a better nursing home when you get old. So that's my suggestion. So I appreciate the opportunity to talk about certifications. And let me start with the now, because that's quick and easy and obvious, right? Why now? Because it's too late when an opportunity comes up. I was up for a job at UNLV, and my professor buddy says, "Oh man, you can't do it. You don't have a master's." "Yeah, I have a master's." "Oh, okay, check, bam, right? But what if I didn't? Oh, I was going to do a master's, but oh, gee, it was too late. So it's too late when something comes up. You have that on your resume. You're not looking for a job. You love your job, but you have a resume that's got a bunch of certifications on it, and they catch somebody's attention and say, "Hey, I have an even better job." So it's now is the time. I'm a believer in, you could die tomorrow. So anything you can do today, do today. So that's my main motto. Let me start with two stories about people, one's old, one's new, that resonate for why these things work. So one is Dave Zander, Navy 24-year submarine chef, doesn't want to be in food service anymore, doesn't put certifications on his resume, doesn't get a job. So about 4 months later, his wife kicks him in the butt and says, "Dude, you got to work in food service. You need to get a job." So now he puts the certifications, including HACCP, on his resume, sends them out again to Winn-Dixie, among others. Winn-Dixie now notices HACCP on his resume and calls him and says, "What's this HACCP thing?" They were having issues with food safety in their delis and bakeries. And so she says, "Well, would you mind talking to the VP?" Gets the VP on the line. Can you do this for us? He never did it. He just took my class, right? But he remembered enough. I teach that way. He remembered enough to BS his way through a little conversation about it. And so before he got the actual interview, he found the book that you get with the certifications, and he read through it. And they spent 10 minutes talking about the job and 50 minutes talking about what it's like to be a submarine chef. And he was praying for a $55,000 job right out of the Navy. He got an $85,000 job, and I'll have to check with my wife, but I think that's okay, right? And he went on to be a general manager with them and with a couple other stores. So that's one. That's about 10 years old. 2 months old, Glenn Beatty. So he's been a general manager, he's been a general manager all over the country, had owned two big restaurant nightclubs, 30 years in the business, currently GM of a steak restaurant at a casino. So, but the food and beverage director job's getting up. Now, Glenn doesn't have a degree and he doesn't have any certifications, but he's got 30 years experience owning the place, okay? But he's underconfident. He thinks that's not going to get me the food and beverage director because he sees what other people getting food and beverage director have, right? So he Googles and he finds us and he takes our Master Certified Food and Beverage Director, 8 classes, 9 certifications. He comes home every day. He made my life so happy because he called me every day. I'm like, this is so, I can't wait to get home and study some more. This customer service is amazing. I love it. After 30 years in the business. So fast forward, the job opens, he puts in for it. He doesn't get it. They gave it to the executive chef. He's been there 12 years. He deserved a shot, right? No question. But Glenn got a 2-jump raise, and he's now the assistant food and beverage director. And he got a 30% pay raise. Now, the certification cost $2,000 for the 9 certifications. He got $2,000, I expect, the first month of his pay raise. And 2 months later, now he's supposed to get another smaller pay raise. There's no gain without glory. He's now running all 5 restaurants. So, yeah. So they got rid of everybody and they're putting new people in, and he's running all the restaurants right now. But so those are 2. Let me tell you that people, I've been doing this kind of full time since 2004. People from my classes in 2005, 6, 7, when I said these certifications are important, don't lose those pieces of paper. They're calling me now. That's 15 years later. Oh, son of a gun, if he wasn't right. Those things are important. Hey, Ed, because I haven't gone anywhere, right? Hey, Ed, can you get me a copy of my certifications? Because I found they are important. So it does matter. So what does it matter for? Besides a good-looking resume and maybe a job comes along that you want to get it, if you open up a business and you need a bank loan, that loan officer needs to cover his butt or her butt. They need to have some reason they gave this Yahoo a loan. Well, he had all this experience, and he also had all these certifications from a professional organization, a nationwide organization. So I figured he must know what he's doing, right? So there's that. There's taking over corporate accounts. So if you have multiple accounts, maybe I had a school business one time with 3 schools. Well, if I want to get a 4th school, that 4th school administrator wants to know, well, who are you people? And what makes me think that my board of directors are going to approve you when you don't have anything on this resume, except you've been doing the job, but I don't know if you've been doing it well or not. So there's that. If you want to expand your business, it helps. I've had a guy with Challenge Industries. He got a certification that helped them get another account because he was going to be their account manager. They want to know who's going to be our account manager. Retaining your staff. People will stay with you if they feel like they're growing, they're learning, they have opportunities within your company, or you're training them to get a job someplace else. So more people will stay with you if you're spending money on them and getting them trained, because now you show that they have value. Motivating your people. They'll be more motivated. If your little people know how food cost happens and how what they do affects food costs, how they slice the meat, how they hand out the food, all that matters. If they understand the business. I've had 2 people in my last 2 classes, young people, say, this is life changing. I had no idea what my business was all about. Now I see all the aspects of the food business. This looks like a career I would like to do, actually. Whereas prior to the class, they were just going to do their 4 years and get the heck out and do something different. Preparing to interview, like Glenn Beatty, what helped him get that number 2 job? They said to him, we undervalued you. We had no idea. But he was fresh with 8 sets of classes and ideas. When they asked him a question about, well, what would you do with our customer service? How's our customer service doing? He's got all these ideas. He just said, well, we're going to put in a service sequence. We're, drop all the names he just learned 2 weeks before, right? He couldn't have given you that information before that. And he felt better about himself. He felt like, I got it now. I got me 9 certifications. I got 30 years in the business, blah, blah, blah. I've been doing a good job here. And I know he felt, why did he take the certifications? Because he didn't feel like he had the qualifications to get it. Now he did feel that way. So self-confidence. And getting ready to be ready for when an opportunity comes by. So what makes me, so I put the program together that is the GFI certification together. Other people did the questions in that, but I put the concept together. How did I have a sense of the concept? Because in 2001, when I was president of IFSI, and we used to meet with the restaurant, NRA, Chefs Association, hotel managers, club managers, every year, and what's the industry doing and how can we benefit from it? So when the government said they wanted to increase the ability of our people to get good jobs and to be well trained, and they wanted to do that with a path, a career path, with training that leads to certifications, that leads to better jobs, we said, hey, don't forget good old food service in this thing. So we want to do that for food service. What do you need to know, be, and do? So I volunteered to be the chairman of the committee. I forget what it was called, but anyway, that, like, the task force. So I was the chairman of it for about 3 years. I went around to with other people, but I went around to 4 cities, and we put groups together. And what do you need to know, be, and do to be the chef, to be the cashier, to be the front desk manager? So in the course of doing that, as well as the resulting work from that, then I figured out, what do you need to know, be, and do? So when I wanted to put together more certifications than I had done with IFSI, I wanted to put together what became MCFBD. I have a sense of what you need to know. So all the 8 courses that we have cover everything that I think, from my experience, and Richard Weil and everybody else that was involved and helped, experience, to say, this is what you need to know. I think we cover a smattering. I don't want to know a lot about anything, and I don't know a lot about anything, but I want to know a little about a lot of things, and that's what we do in our courses. So now, okay, I want to do these 8 courses because I know that's what you need to know to be in the food business. So, all right, but I want the military, as a big chunk of our business, I want them to be able to use their GI Bill. Well, the GI Bill took a month for every certification, whether it cost $50 or $500. So I said, well, that's not going to work. They're going to use up 8 months of no, that's not going to work. So I thought, well, let me create an Uber certification. So Master Certified Food and Beverage Director. To get to that, you have to take 8 sub-chapters, right? And the GI Bill approved all of those 8, but they approved the MCFBD, which includes everything, for $2,215. And you're using 1 month. So that's why we did the 9. So Brian, if you can put those 9 up, and
They're up
I'll
there.
close. Okay, got it. So I'll close by just going through those quickly. So we have the 2 job getters are the top 2: Master Certified Food Service Professional, which is a smattering of everything you need to know in the restaurant business. It's got customer service, it's got food safety and HACCP, and it's got things like, there's a lot of math. So our students affectionately call it the holy crap test. Holy crap, that's the hardest test I ever took in my life. About 35 math questions, because that's where it's at in the food business, right? You can make great food, but unless you make a profit, you're out of business. So how do you price out the menus? What should your food cost be? Inventory, highs and lows, and that kind of thing. Customer service, we have a fabulous program, or beverages right up at the top. So the beverage is mostly what wine goes with what food. That's mostly what you need to know. There's a terrific book. There's books come with 7 of these 8, and that's got a terrific what wine to eat, go with what food. Customer service is, I love this program. It's my favorite program, and it was put together for us by the restaurant doctor, Bill Marvin, and it's putting a recipe together for the front of the house like you have for the back of the house. Service sequence, we call it, from when they walk in the door to when they walk out the door. Culinary nutrition, would be nice if the people in the kitchen had some idea of people on their various diets and who maybe get you a job in hospitals. Culinary professional, most people that I have met, especially the military, they don't know what a garde manger is. They don't know what a salamander, mise en place, that kind of stuff. So that's culinary. We do have a relationship with Ruby as part of the level 2-3 there. You can get from the French pastry school or from Ruby's professional chef course, online training, actual hands-on training, and you can get those certifications through us as well. Serving alcohol responsibly, we use Serve Safe Alcohol for that. Of course, food safety. And then the MCFBD is 10 questions from each of those exams, like a final exam. Did you remember anything we talked about? It's an 8-day program. We have slideshows that you can watch. You can also watch me having done recorded Zoom videos of them. And I travel. I just was in Germany supposed to be in Japan, but we had to do that one virtually. So I travel the world and do them also hands-on. So that's what we have. Great Christmas gift, a late gift for your kids or your lazy spouse that needs to get a better job. And so you can take that down now. Thanks. That's it. So the easiest email for me is ed@ifsea.org. ORG. And the place to see those certifications is www.foodserviceinstitute.com. And you'll get 9 Global Food Service Institute certifications. You can also get 4 IFSI certifications, including one that will lead you to a job in healthcare, in nursing homes and long-term care. Thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Ed, and I appreciate you taking the time with us. Brian, I know we went a little over today, but any other thoughts from your end today?
Yeah, take advantage. Well, this is all great stuff. So do it. Take advantage of it. And, I mean, Ed's putting all this together. So I just want to make sure that everyone knows, and go to foodserviceinstitute.com and see what's going to work for you.
I'm going to answer Byron Goins. I know Byron. He is the general manager of the District 41 in Newport News, Virginia. And Byron's a really talented young manager. And Byron, you can reach out to me, and I'll definitely connect you with Ed directly. And we will make sure that happens for you. I think it would be wonderful for you to continue that education, and some of your team members as well, whether you want to do that also. So thank you for reaching out and being online with us today, Byron. We do appreciate all the people that follow us. Next week will be our 152nd. And I think we're going to do a catering thing. We've got a lady who was on with us early on in COVID. Her name is Rebecca Bright. And Rebecca is going to talk to us a little bit about what's gone on with catering the last almost 2 years, because that particular end of our industry has certainly had a lot of effects and been affected. So for now, that's it for the NRC Helpful Moment number 151. Ed Manley, as always, you are truly a gentleman, and so glad that you are part of our lives. And Brian, thank you. So long for now, everyone. Bye.
Thank you.